Hello everybody, my name is Jad. Welcome to another MLB 1925 video. In today's video, we're here, guys. We're literally here. We're at the point now where we're actually starting to see baseball games. Now, I know technically they're not like in this country. I always felt weird whenever they had like these kinds of games. The fact that they count is really weird to me. The fact that it's like starting way earlier than the rest of the league, it's bizarre to me in my opinion. But like, what do I know? So we have pick'ems. I already picked the Dodgers, which means they're probably going to lose because that's just the way it works, which means the Cubs are going to start the season undefeated. But we'll see how that goes. So Pick'em is available, which also means, by the way, that you can actually buy your Pick'em SIG today if you're like me and you have like 1 million event points and you're not really using them for anything. So the Pick'em SIG is available, and there's also a couple more things available. There's a premium trainer every single week. There's going to be a gold stat adjust tickets available as well. I believe those are more frequent than the fact that you buy the SIG and then that's all you buy for the year, basically. But yeah, so we're finally here, guys. We made it. We finally got to the point now where we can actually watch real, meaningful baseball games again. Now, I'm probably not going to watch the games due to the fact that they're going to be on at basically 6 a.m. for me. I'll catch the recap later. It's not a big deal. I think I'll live. Did I log this Jared Giorgio? I don't know. I was like, his name is Jed, right? Really set dude real quickly. So I wanted to talk to you guys today, besides while we go through all of this stuff, I wanted to talk to you guys today about the roadmap that they released. It's like where is this thing? It's not really like exactly a good, what's the word I'm looking for here? There's a good word here. It's not like the exact details. It's more like what they want to do, and they're still probably trying to figure out how to accomplish it right now. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose real quick. Alright, sorry about that. Ooh, that Willie Randolph was pretty cool. I love it when I pull Yankee vintages. Okay, so a couple points of note here. They talk about that they want to revamp the ranked system. That's the #1 bullet point in this entire presentation. They want to revamp ranked. They say that it is unfair, the fact that when you play ranked, it randomly selects one of your starting 5 pitchers for each match. So their logic is that it's not fair if your random pitcher selection picks more first and second overall starting pitchers, as opposed to, let's say, like if it picked more 3, 4s, and 5s throughout the week, if they think it's not as fair for you. It's unbalanced, essentially. Whoever gets the most #1 to #2 starters essentially does better in ranked, according to them. So their process here, and I could be misinterpreting this, that is absolutely 100% a possibility, because I don't have a good, I don't speak for the translation language very well. It tends to warp what they say and what they want, because the language barrier is real. So here we go. It says, quote, to address, okay, I'll read the whole thing. The current ranked battle system randomly selects one of 5 starting pitchers for each match. This can result in less balanced outcomes in matchups between first and second starting pitchers, which can allow for overcoming significant team development gaps. To address this, we're introducing a best-of-5 format where all 5 starters compete in individual matches. The team with more wins will claim victory. This change will provide fairer results, rewarding users with more developed team compositions. Now, okay, I have 2 questions here. What happens if you guys tie? Do you just tie the match? Because remember, there are ties in this game. It's not like you win every game. It's not like Rivals where there's always a winner and there's no ties. There is ties in this game. And also, my other question is this is a really weird how. Like, why you're gonna make every match is gonna be 5 games? Like, it already takes 20 minutes to play a ranked list because of the lag. It already takes a while. Now, I don't know, maybe my device is not up to date. It takes a long time for me to play one list of ranked. So, like, let's say, for instance, it takes me 20 minutes to play a full list of 15 people. It's going to take you, like, 2 hours to run one 15-man list if it takes 5 times as long now. That just doesn't make sense to me. Am I right? Am I like, you're gonna run 5 5 games per ranked battle? That's crazy. It's just crazy to me because that's just a significant time to dedicate to doing ranked per day than I'd rather be doing, I don't know, anything else. It just seems crazy to me. That just seems like a massive time commitment just to do one ranked refresh. So, like, either they're going to have to reduce the number of people on your ranked list, or they're going to have to give you either fewer ranked balls due to the fact that by the time you finish your list, it's only going to be like 2 or 3 hours until they're refreshed again. Not to mention the fact that when you're trying to refresh for the final hour, you're basically going to be doing like one refresh and playing 15 games, and then that's it. It's going to be impossible for when the red wall hits you for you to try to fight back against it. If there is a red wall, I guess, at that point, if that's the logic, because you won't be getting played 15 million times in the last 5 seconds of the game. So maybe that's going to be one positive change here. Who knows? It's weird to me. Unless they like speed up the simulation speed, I don't know how they're going to accomplish this. It seems like it's going to be a massive burden. Right now, like if you play Rivals like I do, I play both games at the same time. Like, I just play one on my computer, I play one on my phone. I play Rivals, I play both of them. I like both of the games, they're fun. But I remember when they introduced the new ranked system for Rivals, there was quite literally a lot of upheaval. Like, people were not happy with the ranked system because it took people, like, 20, 30 minutes to do a ranked list. You had to sit there and babysit the thing. Like, to do, like, all of ranked, you had to sit there and babysit it, and it would take forever because it would be a lot of games you had to play, a lot of buttons you had to press. This just seems like it's going to be a huge time sink. Like, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe they're going to do it in some way, but we'll see. It says, quote, the auto game system and UI will be streamlined for faster and smoother gameplay to accommodate the increased matches. They already sped up the matches. They already sped them up. So, I don't know. Unless it's going to be like a quick play thing where it's just going to like just like cram numbers together and it's not going to physically simulate it in front of you. It's just going to simulate them in the background very quickly. Maybe that would be the answer. That could work. I'm not really too sure. We'll see what the notes are whenever they do actually come up with this. It says it will be updated. It will be implemented after the preseason 2025 Power Ranking Tournament concludes. So I don't know when that will happen, but they said they're also in here, they say that the first half Power Ranking Tournament will also adopt a new format. Now, this part I think is very interesting. I actually do like this change. They say in the Power Ranking Tournament revamp, it says a group stage format will determine tournament advancement, encouraging players to analyze opponents and adjust their strategies accordingly. I do kind of like this, the fact that right now you basically lose immediately if you're like a top 20, like you're outside the top 20 and you pull like a top 7 team, like you basically lose immediately. Like they're just gonna absolutely destroy you. This I think gives you a bit of a fighting chance, and hopefully will actually lead to some, I wouldn't say upsets, but maybe more like you moving on when previously you wouldn't have moved on. Maybe make it to another stage. I don't know. Maybe that would allow them to introduce even more teams into the Power Ranking Tournament. That'd be pretty cool. So, not really too sure. We'll see how that goes. So, I'm intrigued. I think it's a good idea. It'll be a lot of fun. It will require a lot more prep than we currently do now. I know right now it's easy to prep against one team because you can just do the math, but it's going to be a lot more work. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be tough. And I think that's very that's a lot of fun, Career mode, nobody cares about career mode. New content features. Now, new content features is the one where everybody out there is going to get your pitchforks because you guys are going to be really, really frustrated with this one. They say there's going to be some skill adjustments going on. There's some skill adjustments to Slugger Instinct, and in the pitching stats, there's going to be Workhorse, Elite Closer, Inning Eater, and Ground Baller. In my opinion, I think Elite Closer is a little weak right now. It doesn't really do exactly what they say it's supposed to do. I have Elite Closer on my closer. He's a BPD Elite Closer finesse pitcher, and he throws games all the time. He's just not that good for some reason. So I think the skill is a little bit underpowered. I think Workhorse is a little bit underpowered. It could be updated. They're updating Inning Eater again for like the 15th time. And I think Ground Baller can be a little bit stronger for the teams that don't have, for instance, I always complain in the last basically 7 videos at this point, the fact that I love Ground Baller, but the fact is that I don't have the money to spend on Supremes. So I think Ground Baller could work with a lower threshold. Absolutely, and I think that's what they should do. Maybe they're going to update it a little bit. And it says there's also going to be some new skills coming. Give me this Diamond Trainer. Give me this Diamond Prime. Nope, thank you for the Aussie Albies, though. See, new skills: 1 legend batter skill, 1 gold batter skill, 1 legend pitcher skill, and 2 gold pitcher skills are under development. They have no details, but it says they will be designed for more flexible and effective use across different players. They could have written this entire document and not included that sentence, and it still would have been fine. That was so useless of a sentence. That was the biggest PR I've ever seen to a company trying to appease the fact that now we need to go buy PSCTs again. Anyway, more details will be provided in the March update notes. I don't know when the March update is scheduled for. I would imagine it's for the beginning of the season, so that would probably be the time for that to happen. Skill trainers, we're also developing skill trainers scheduled for release in mid-2025, so be on the lookout for those in the beginning of 2026, folks. These trainers will interact with existing skills with effects varying based on the trainer used. That's an interesting sentence, because maybe that could be the potential for them to have a skill-specific trainer. I don't know if that's the case. Maybe that could be a situation where they're just writing, nonsense, so that way it sounds good like a politician. Or it could be a situation where, like I said, it could be like if you have, like, instead of a position option, you have a skill option maybe on the skill. That'd be pretty cool. That might be fun. What am I doing? I'm out of golds. Let's see. Club challenge-based competitions and custom tournaments. Club challenge-based competitions and custom tournaments are under development. We aim to introduce these features this year. Don't know what that means at all. Your guess is as good as mine. I think maybe in club tournaments is what they're talking about. Kind of like we have the... I didn't even open this box yet. Kind of like the fact that now you have the situation where you have missions that kind of track your individual players' contributions. 320, that's the next one that's available. So maybe they're going to do something along the same stroke as that, where you're going to basically be competing each other to use either the most league balls, hit the most home runs, win the most number of club games, stuff like that. And then maybe there'll be some rewards for those players. I don't know how. I don't think they're going to make them very strong, because obviously you're going to be able to fix the results of that, and people are going to feel kind of annoyed about free things. So we'll see how they decide to implement those things. New player additions, 7th historic players and Supreme cards. Obviously, why would they not introduce new Supreme player cards at this point, due to the fact player acquisition will be restructured, allowing more flexibility to acquire desired players. Hey, I'll tell you what you could do to allow people to acquire desired players. What you could do is you could have an event where it's basically the entire length of the season, or the entire length of the Supreme player pack, and you could have people pick one Supreme player and basically have them earn the Supreme player through playing the game. We've said this for like the last 7 historic player situations. The last 7 historic player pack sales. It would really incentivize players to play the game, and it would incentivize players to show people that you do not need to spend your parents' credit card money in order to basically play the game with the top players. You already give people team select SIGs for free. You already give them team cards for free. You already give them a method to basically turn a regular card into a signature card. Maybe what you should do is you should allow players to either earn them through the play in the game, or that's pretty cool, or they should be allowed to essentially pay like a lower rate, and then just have them, like, it just takes more time essentially. So that way you give the players who want to unlock them now, you give them the boon by having them pay for it and then receive it sooner, or you only are limited to basically 1 card per year, essentially. And you still need to buy a GI for that rate, too. So let's say you would start it as a Silver Supreme, and you would upgrade him to a Diamond. You still need to buy the GI, unless you're using the event ones. I've made this argument 1,000 times in the past, with the fact that, they should allow you to basically get a SIG player for free, because you still need to buy a GI for the player. It's not like you're basically skipping that aspect. It's kind of like how I use, for instance, if I want to use an Xbox 360 controller on my Xbox One, I need to use a Cronus Max to basically allow that to happen. But in order for them to let you bypass the requirements of having an Xbox One controller, they make you plug your Xbox One controller in first to validate the fact that you own one of these controllers. It's kind of like that. Well, not really specifically, but that's just kind of like the stroke of my idea here is that you're going to have to pay them either one way or the other. And in my opinion, I guess they make that much money off Supremes they don't want to do that. All right, last one. Let's see if I get a player back here. Oh, yeah. I'll take that. Another Nestor Cortez. Why not? Just for the memes. All right, so that's that. I don't know what they mean by flexibility to acquire desired players because there's a grand total of absolutely no flexibility to acquire desired players. You're just throwing money at this. Maybe what that means is going to be essentially when you buy 50 packs of them, you're basically going to get like a player select Supreme pack. That's honestly what it could be, honestly. We'll see. I don't know. I have like no... I have like no confidence in this at all, basically. Stadium and 3D Spectre updates. A 3D spectator system will be introduced with more realistic display, improving immersion during matches. I don't know what that means. Are they going to allow you to basically watch your tremendous victory from like a spectator position? Kind of like a VR setup almost? New stadiums and updated layouts will reflect the 2025 season changes, providing a more realistic ballpark experience. Yeah, that's about right. I mean, they basically have to do that. Got updated every year. Uniform updates, 24-25 season updates are being updated. Yes, following March update, newly released City Connect uniforms will also be added. We will introduce more diverse uniform options. I don't know what that means either, unless they're going to be buying more uniform licenses, which I'm pretty sure they already have most of them, unless they wanted to introduce, like, historic jerseys, maybe kind of like, the Philadelphia A's, for instance. That could already be in the game for all I know. I've never played as the A's, so I wouldn't know, so someone can definitely tell me. To make gameplay more lifelike, we're improving defensive motions, base covering actions, bat flip animations, and more. These improvements will boost your overall gameplay experience. And that's the last bullet point, basically. Which that sounds pretty interesting. It means that you're basically going to be buying more animations from the store, which I'm not against. I think that's a pretty interesting idea. I like the fact that they sell bat flips now. They're pretty cheap, too. They're not exactly expensive, so they're basically pretty attainable by everybody. Unlike card skins, for instance, which we've already gone over in the past 1,000 times. Still no update on that one. It's still going to take you forever unless you spend, like, oodles of money. And then they did implement the fact that you could pay money for them anyway to skip the line anyway. Because you can still buy the card skin packs. Anyway, that's all the complaining from me today. So, yeah, that's the whole dev note. I'll put it in the description for you guys to read through yourself in case I'm a horrible narrator. You guys can read the exact text in case I got something wrong, in case that you want to take a look for yourself, because I could be an unreliable narrator. And trying to follow what I'm saying while trying to play the game could be completely wrong in many cases. In fact, it probably will be. Oh, give me that Brandon Woodruff. Just give me the diamond for the sake of it. So yeah, some interesting improvements. Now, like I said, this is not really an exact... Like, this is by no means is this exactly going to be, like, perfect. Obviously, it's the roadmap, so it's not even set in stone at this point. This is kind of what they just want to release and what they're planning to release. So what comes out at the end could be completely different for all we know. And for all we know, what I've said here could have changed by the time that this actually does release. So it's an interesting roadmap. It's good to see that they're actually giving us some information ahead of time, so that way we're not, like, blindsided by the fact that everything in the world has changed overnight, like the Fire Nation attack. But I appreciate the reach out. Like, I've complained in the past the fact that they don't do enough of these sorts of things, and I'm kind of glad that hopefully we're back to that again. Because they did it once, and then they didn't do it again for a couple more years, and I think I was very upset. I was thinking to myself, like, really, you guys came out and gave us information that one time, and that was really cool, and everyone really appreciated it, because you told us about, like, arcade mode coming up, and then I guess the person who did that system was fired, or they just decided to move on for some reason, because that stopped ever happening until, well, now. I wish it had a couple more details. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to sit here and wait for the rest of the details, but that's okay, because it sounds like a lot of the information is not too far away at this point. Team select diamond. Give me a legend. No. Chim and Wong. That is a legend, though. Chim and Wong is, in fact, a legend on the Yankee roster, though. So that is good. All right, let's go one at a time. Matt Lack. Nice card. Oh, Mike Trout. That's a dope sig if I actually had an Angels deck. That is a really, really dope sig. Ooh, 2 PSETs. Let's go, baby. All right, let's go take the Jed Yorko we got last time, and let's combine these dudes, and then we will move on to the meat and the potatoes of the video, which you guys all come to watch, which is me screw up running PSETs. And we also have a couple of green tickets today as well, as you guys saw from the ranked box. We actually are ready to throw greens at the guy who I totally forgot his name again. Oops, nope. I wanted to lock him, and then lock Mr. Drive to left field. All right, let's get into it, baby. I'm sorry, that was very hip lingo. I apologize. I didn't mean to lose everybody. All right. I already did the ranked boxes. Let's go use the PSETs on. Now, Garrett Cole, we got Fireball 332. So we're going to keep going because we need him to basically be perfect. We need him to get a... we need him to be 333, essentially, in order to be endgame. That's what we need. Because right now, I believe he does have a 332 right now as it is. So we need him to be better than that. So the Fireball 332 is pretty good. But we will hold off, and then we will continue throwing at him because we need a 333. And unfortunately, I did mess up that one time, which I'm not going to go into it again. I beat the dead horse. 111s. Nice. What is mileage? What was the mileage? Was it on the PSET? Okay. I was hoping it was maybe a green. I could have really used the green again. Yes, Ricky Harrison is the one we are going to be using all my greens on because we're looking for 5-tool player as usual. And we also have one blue from the off-season shops, which we are going to be off-season shop, the spring training event, which we're going to be using on Tanaka to see if we can get him a good skill potentially. Would really love him to have ace with his set just because he is my only guy with ace. Come on, give me like one legend skill. We've used like what, like 9? Guess we're not seeing legend skills today. Yeah, them's the breaks. That's okay. Yeah, no legend skills today. 111? 132. Okay. Alright, let's get... Oops, went to the wrong one. There we go. Let's see. Change. All skills, excluding Born to be a Star, will be changed. I wish I remembered which one I clicked on. That I didn't have to select this every time. I wish I would just remember. Oh, 5-tool player! Oh, well, baby. Okay, I'm sorry. We need to use the green. We need to use the blues on Tanaka because Tanaka is the absolute way more important player to be using them on. Because if we get Tanaka in, that's goated. All right, we didn't get Tanaka in. It's not goated right now, but that is finally what we've been looking for. We have been looking for a 5-tool player on him forever, which means we can go back and actually train him now. I probably could have done that earlier, but I just kind of said, yeah, it's okay. We'll do it another time. I've been feeling really lazy about training recently because it's just taking away time that you could be using league mode and getting diamond trainer points essentially. All right, what do we got here? I need to use okay, the 3 premium trainer recruit tickets first. Okay, those are garbage. And then 9 gold trainer recruit tickets. Not really looking for anything specific here. Nasty pitch. A couple interesting trainers here. Low numbers. Deception specialist. I still don't believe like deception specialist really works, but that's maybe just me. I could just be getting trolled, guys. I really don't know. But I think that's going to be it for me for today, you guys. If you guys have any questions, you guys have any comments, by the way, like I said in the previous part, if you just skip to the end of the video, the patch notes, I mean the, what do we call this? The development roadmap will be in the link in the description below. I will see you guys in the next time. Hopefully by the time we come back here, I will have actual baseball to discuss finally. I'm excited. I'm ready. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Good luck with your packs, your pulls, your combos, and until then, peace.